quiet hum of the vacuum cleaner was the only sound that filled the empty office tower at midnight. But it was the handwritten letter on the mahogany desk that would change everything. Maria's hands trembled as she pushed her cleaning cart through the executive floor of Sterling Industries. At 42, her face bore the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights, each line a testament to the double shifts she worked to keep her daughter Emma fed, clothed, and dreaming. The CEO's office always felt different, colder, more imposing, like a throne room for a king she'd never meet. If this story is touching your heart already, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment below sharing what you're feeling, and subscribe to Kindness Pulse so we can continue bringing you stories that restore your faith in humanity. Tonight, as Maria wiped down Alexander Sterling's desk, she noticed something that made her breath catch. A child's drawing taped to his monitor, a stick-figure family faded with age. It made her think of Emma, probably still awake at their cramped apartment doing homework by the dim glow of their single working lamp. The letter appeared as if by magic, though Maria knew better. It must have slipped from her apron, the one Emma had tucked there this morning with a kiss. "For good luck, Mama," she'd whispered. Maria's heart sank as she picked it up from the desk, recognizing her daughter's careful handwriting. "To the person who owns this beautiful office." She shouldn't read it. But something in the way Emma had been so secretive that morning made Maria's fingers tremble as she unfolded the paper. "Dear Sir or Madam, my name is Emma Rodriguez and I am 8 years old. My mama cleans your office every night. She doesn't know I'm writing this. I wanted to tell you that my mama is the best person in the whole world. She works 2 jobs so I can stay in school. She never complains even when her back hurts really bad. Last week was my birthday and she made me a cake from scratch even though we didn't have much money. I'm writing because tomorrow is Mama's birthday and I don't have any money to buy her a present. Could you please leave her a note saying thank you for keeping your office so clean? She takes pride in her work even though she thinks nobody notices. If you did that, it would make her so happy. Thank you for reading this. Love, Emma. P.S. Mama says I should always be kind to people even when life is hard." Maria's vision blurred as tears spilled down her cheeks. She pressed the letter to her chest, overcome by the fierce love of her daughter. This beautiful child who still believed in kindness, in human connection, in the possibility of small miracles. She carefully placed it back on the desk and finished her work through tears. Emma had meant for someone to find it, and Maria wouldn't steal her daughter's hope. What Maria didn't know was that Alexander Sterling was still there, working in the adjacent conference room. He'd come back for a file when he saw the cleaning woman at his desk, crying silently. After she left, he approached and read Emma's letter. Each word was a hammer blow to the walls around his heart. Here was a child living in poverty, asking for nothing but recognition for her mother's invisible labor. Here was dignity and love thriving in circumstances that would have broken him. Alexander sat heavily in his chair, and for the first time in years, he allowed himself to truly feel. He thought about his own daughter living 3 states away, about moments he'd missed chasing success, about the countless employees whose names he didn't know, whose humanity he'd rendered invisible. The next evening, when Maria returned to her apartment exhausted from her day job, there was a manila envelope taped to her door with her name in elegant script. Inside was a handwritten letter. "Dear Maria, last night I found your daughter Emma's letter on my desk. I want you to know that it has changed my life. Your daughter's words reminded me of everything I've lost, kindness, gratitude, and the importance of truly seeing people. You are not invisible. Your work matters. You matter." Enclosed is a check representing a performance bonus and birthday gift. Additionally, I'm offering you a position in our facilities management team with full benefits, reasonable hours, and a proper salary. You shouldn't have to work 2 jobs to provide for your daughter. Please tell Emma that her letter was the most important thing anyone has placed on my desk in 20 years. With deepest respect, Alexander Sterling. Maria stared at the check through tears, enough to cover 6 months of rent, enough to fix everything broken in their apartment, enough to breathe. But it was the words that made her weep, the recognition that she existed, that she mattered, that she was seen. When Emma came home, Maria held her daughter close. "Your letter worked, baby," she whispered. "It worked in ways you can't imagine." As understanding dawned on Emma's face, Maria saw not surprise at the money, but pure joy that her kindness had touched someone's heart. If you've been moved by Maria and Emma's journey, please hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to Kindness Pulse. We're building a community that believes in the power of compassion. 3 months later, Maria started her new position. She wore business casual now, worked daylight hours, and had health insurance for the first time in a decade. But every evening she stopped by Alexander's office not to clean but to talk. They'd formed an unlikely friendship, connected by a child's faith in human goodness. Alexander had reconnected with his own daughter, flying out every other weekend to rebuild what he'd almost lost. He'd implemented new policies, better wages, recognition programs, advancement opportunities. Emma's letter hadn't just changed 2 lives. It had rippled outward, touching hundreds. Because in the end, the most powerful force in the world isn't money or position. It's the courage of a child who believes that one small act of love can transform a life. Sometimes all it takes is a letter, a moment of vulnerability, and 2 hearts willing to stay open to connection. We're all just searching for the same thing: to be seen, to be valued, to matter.